Many youngsters here since 1 o'clock today on the walls. And there we see Great Britain's side forced to make 3 changes from the team that did so well at Wembley. O'Fire and Jackson come in on the wing and in hooker. No problems, both vastly experienced. And St Helens, Sonny Nicol into the second row for his first full cap in place of the injured Dennis Betts. The New Zealand side, no enforced changes, but coach Tamati introduces 3 British-based players, Botica, Kemp and Solomona, and gives a chance to 2 of the touring party in Ropati and Mackie. I think that man Botica's name will be on the score sheet. His boot could well settle this test. Always a great occasion here for test matches at Central Park, and I would think these players, people there like number 1 Dave Watson, more at home here against this Great Britain side at Central Park. Richie Ayres, the substitute from Leeds, just watering himself down. Quite a warm day here, bright sun over the ground all morning. And Frano Botica, well used to playing here and kicking his goals at Central Park. And the man he'll mark, Martin O'Fire. What a battle between these two, the 2 most prolific point scorers in the game. Tony Kemp there, to the right of our screen, the big, powerful Castleford standoff. No handshakes with the dignitaries this afternoon, straight into the action. Referee Greg McCallum just taking his time, bringing the players to proceedings, and the haka, a chant about fighting for survival and living for another day, and I do think that about just sums up the New Zealanders' predicament today. Stephen Kearney with the haka. Referee McCallum wanting to get the game underway. The second John Smith's test, and the 2 men who will lead the sides on the left there, Gary Schofield, 4 tries against the Kiwis here in '85, and Gary Freeman, 15th occasion he's captained New Zealand and possibly never one more important test. Greg McCallum, primary school teacher from Australia, probably has more trouble with his 10-year-olds at Sydney than he does with both these teams. Underway. Oh, Jonathan Davis just took his eyes off the ball there at the vital second. St Helens, Sonny Nicol bringing the ball away. Just his first full test, has appeared as a substitute in the past. Oh, and good play, good movement by Great Britain. To Connolly, he's got a fire outside him. He takes the dummy. Good cover tackle there by Gary Freeman. And possibly an indication of how Great Britain intend to play this game, John.
Yeah, well, it's great. It's great to see a side that's prepared to move the ball like that in their own 20-metre zone. There's a certain amount of risk involved, and they took a chance that time, and they've opened things up, and they just sent the message to the New Zealand side, yes, we're going to attack.
And Davis, a huge kick. Watson letting it bounce. Picked up there by the Kiwi, Botica. Kevin Iro bringing the ball away. Again, 4 seasons here at Central Park, knows every inch of this ground. Ivor Party, good movements. Great Britain possibly wanting to get right on top of New Zealand in these early stages. Establish a psychological lead after that 17-0 win in the first test at Wembley. Solomona. And a penalty. And Gary Freeman and Sean Edwards having a little battle. They had one or two little dust-ups at Wembley. Both of them battling for supremacy. And Solomona, the big, powerful Western Samoan prop, 17 stone, driving in. But the penalty.
Yeah, it was a penalty, Ray, and it was a penalty for a little bit of obstruction in closer to the ruck. There was a player in tighter that was running a screen for Solomona, and he did take a Great Britain player out of the play that had nothing to do with the play. So you just can't interfere with the opposition, and it's given Great Britain the first opportunity to put some points on the board.
First chance for Jonathan Davis then. He's got a slight breeze behind him. Kicked 2 goals and a drop goal in that Wembley test, and been in tremendous form with Warrington this season. 101 points to his credit so far this season. Just 28 metres out. Slight breeze behind him. Davis, but not struck very well, missed it well to the left of the posts. He'll not be too happy with that. So Great Britain 0, New Zealand 0. Wow, picked up by Devereux. Big, strong, powerful witness wing, 15 stone. Joint. Former England schools player Chris Joint, now with St Helens. And Edwards and Schofield trying to open play out, trying to use the fire on the outside. That's good play. Newlove steps inside. But significantly, Great Britain in possession, moving this ball around the pitch. Pleasant, crisp day, ideal for handling. Schofield to Joint. Good run by Joint. Can't get the ball away, but good tackle there by Jason Mackey. Edwards electing to run on the 5th tackle. That's the handover. Interesting, Great Britain running there, John, on the 5th tackle.
Yeah, well, they had the good field position, so they were already down the New Zealand end of the field, so the chances to run a try in from that position's pretty good, and it's one of the options that Shaun Edwards will take. Sometimes he'll kick the ball, other times he'll put the pressure on them by running the ball.
New Zealand have done very well since that defeat at Wembley, having beaten St Helens, Leeds and the Great Britain under-21s. And the high tackle there on Quentin Pongia. And Greg McCallum once again just having a quiet word.
Yeah, we can see Pongia bring the ball up here, and the challenge is very high. It's above the shoulders, and the laws are clear in that regard. You can't tackle a player above the shoulders, and he was penalised for it.
Quentin Pongia, and the perpetrator of the incident there, Newlove. Greg McCallum telling Great Britain to get off very, very quickly. Brett Stewart selected ahead of John Lomax in the front row. And Christchurch. Freeman. Kearney, good pass to Jason Mackey. To Mann, this is good forward play. Kearney again, good driving down the middle here. He's had a very good tour as this 21 years old Western Suburbs forward, Stephen Kearney. New Zealand then on the attack. Kemp looks for the dummy. Oh, good burst by Kemp. He's got Watson inside him. And Watson's over for the first try. Oh, that proved the wisdom of Howie Tamati's selections. It was Kemp who made the break. The Castleford standoff. He shot through there. And Watson looking for the attacking opportunities. In under the post, 4 points to 0.
We see them electing to go to the right here. That's a long pass to Tony Kemp. He fades across the field, shows the ball inside. Lee Jackson's a player there that misses the tackle, links up with the fullback here in support in Watson, and Watson's a great broken field runner, and if the opposition haven't got a chance to gang up on Watson, he'll always beat a player.
And he likes to run from full-back, doesn't he, John? He comes from depth. He's got more opportunities here, hasn't he?
He certainly has, and nobody can mark him from full-back, and as you see there, he's got good speed, nice swerve and a good step, and it's a good try.
And Frano Botica, well, I don't think he expected a kick as easy as this in this test match so early, but he accepts it. 2 points from Botica, and New Zealand confident, 6 points to 0 in the lead, just 7 minutes gone.
Yeah, well, that's the start that they were looking for. They couldn't breach the Great Britain line when they played at Wembley, and they found it really hard. But if we can just stop the play here now, and we can see the inside runner coming through here to hold the defence, and he holds these players in on this line. He continues on. If we run it on, he gets on the inside of Lee Jackson, links up with support in the fullback, and it's a nice try under the post.
New Zealand then in possession from the kick-off. Dave Watson, very successful Bradford Northern fullback, and that surely was ball stealing. I think Mr. McCallum, well, no, he's just judging that it was a lost ball, but I think there was a little ripping out of the ball there, John.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest calls that a referee has to make, whether the player lost the ball or whether it was pulled out by the opposition.
Newlove. These two Great Britain centres, Newlove and Connolly, £500,000 worth of talent, and Edwards trying to launch them. Davis, he's got Clark on the outside there, but a forward pass. A forward pass, Great Britain's Phil Clark, the loose forward, looking very dangerous down the left there. But Mr. McCallum on the spot, a forward pass.
Yeah, it's hit back straight after the scrum. They went back to where the scrum was. New Zealand fell into the trap of all the players rushing over to the centre of the field, and it's a good play, and they found the New Zealand defence out.
Rapati. Sean Hoppy, switched wings. Hoppy to the left, normally a right wing, to mark the bigger, stronger, 15-stone man doing the tackling, John Devereux. And Dwayne Mann coming away from the acting half-back position. Good run from Mann there, helping his forwards. Freeman to Kearney again, causing some problems, this Stephen Kearney, John.
Yeah, it looks like they've decided to hit the ball on the edge of the ruck when they're in their own half, and it's a tactic that will probably prove successful.
To Mann, and certainly keeping this ball moving. Good support play from the Kiwis. And Richard down there on the bench.
On the New Zealand bench now with the assistant coach Peter Boyle-Peaky. That's a very good start. First time we handle the ball, try.
Well, it's a good start for us, yeah. We're trying to keep it tight in defence today. We were a bit lax the other day, and we're trying not to make any errors. That's the basic game plan. Ball was in hand. First time we got the ball, we scored. It's a good start.
Good for confidence.
Great for confidence. We just hope we can keep it going.
Thanks, Peter.
Yeah, again we see another high tackle here. Sonny Nicol bring the ball up. He's a very upright runner, Sonny, and he gives the defenders plenty of target to aim at. But like I said earlier, you can't hit the player above the shoulders.
Well, I think Mr. Kern is a very upright tackler, John, what I've seen in 2 tests. Anyway, it's Great Britain now on the attack. Good driving run there by Carl Harrison. 10 minutes gone. Great Britain trailing by 6 points to 0. And this tackling from the 2 props there, Solomona and Stewart, quite fierce. Edwards trying to launch a fire there to Newlove. 15-stone Newlove to Chris Joynt. The Kiwis know the problem out there. Newlove as big as a second row. Edwards again, moving play to Schofield. Schofield, Connolly. He's got Devereux inside him. Can he get the ball away? Oh, he's a strong man, is this Devereux? And he's over for a try. That was sheer power and strength from the former Bridgend and Welsh Rugby Union player. Tremendous power from John Devereux there. 15 stone. The Kiwi wing, Sean Hoppy, had been put across there to mark him, and even he couldn't hold him. What a reply from Great Britain. He's taken a knock just underneath the eye, but I don't think he'll be bothered. His 5th try in Test rugby, and possibly few better.
Yeah, a couple of really long passes here, and Connolly heads for the corner. Good winger, he runs a nice angle back on the inside. There's plenty of defence coming across. Plenty of defence. He's had to beat 3 or 4 tacklers, and it was a great try, and it took great strength and great determination to score that try.
I think it really is determination, isn't it, John? I mean, he looks pretty well contained here. Mackie has hold of him, a couple of second rows across, but still he gets that ball down.
Yes, I'd say he beat seven tacklers in that run, and that's just determination and great strength.
Surprisingly, he was telling me he's only played twice on the wing in rugby union before he came into rugby league, but he certainly seems to have found his natural position. And Jonathan Davies then looking to equalise a difficult kick on that 20-metre line. Just a hint of a breeze behind him. It's a good one. Much better aim this time from Jonathan Davies. Straight between the posts. 12 minutes gone. We're all level. Full clock again and good play to Jackson. Great Britain keeping this ball going. Carl Fairbank. Bradford Northern prop. Tourists twice to New Zealand. Carl Harrison. Still that ball keeps moving. I like the way Great Britain are moving this ball about, John.
Well, both sides have shown a willingness to move the ball around, and they're taking a chance. They're chancing their arm and giving the ball a little bit of air, and it's making for entertaining rugby league.
To Davis. A long kick, but well positioned by Watson, easily picked up. And Great Britain's chasers getting up very, very quickly. They know the danger of this man, Dave Watson. Good tackle by Sonny Nicol. Number 11 for Great Britain. Botica coming in field.
The sun can be a factor down at this end of the field too, with the New Zealand side looking straight into the sun, and it wouldn't surprise me if a couple of high balls went up.
Well, stealing the ball, you cannot do that in rugby league, a penalty. And here we see.
Yeah, Paul Newlove's in that tackle, and a hand must go in underneath here somewhere, and Martin Offey are pulling the ball out as well.
Dwayne Mann. New Zealand regrouping after that good early start. Brent Stewart. Just get the feeling we could be in for a high-scoring match here. Gaps already appearing, and the two teams eager to move the ball around from wing to wing. Dwayne Mann looking for a British club still, now that he's a free agent from Warrington. To Freeman at the hub of things. Kearney again, the break, powering for that line, Ivor Aparte. Oh, tackle just inches short. It took a big man to bring another big man down. Newlove, good tackle there, but still New Zealand on the attack. Watson spinning this ball. Kemp. Good cover by Gary Connolly. Excellent piece of centre play there from Connolly and Newlove, John.
Yeah, great play. Both centres have played particularly well so far, and Great Britain's under a little bit of pressure down that end of the field.
I think, as John Loney said, Great Britain will be wanting to put this ball very, very high and very, very far down that field. The sun is in the eyes of the Kiwis, and especially that full-back, Dave Watson. Fairbank. Oh, a risky pass. Very risky pass, gratefully accepted by Brent Stewart. Freeman bossing things in the middle. And New Zealand now edging closer. Great Britain 6, New Zealand 6. Dwayne Mann, Pongia. This back row trio of New Zealand, very young, very fast. Pongia, Kearney and Mackie. Well to the fore, Freeman again, and here's that man Kearney. Still Mann, they've got an overlap on this far side. Freeman, the same move again to Watson. Oh, he's lost the ball. Jason Mackie loses the ball underneath the post, but it was that move again that brought Mackie there the loose forward towards those posts. But it's Britain replying in the best manner. On attack, Gary Connolly, the Wigan centre.
Yeah, again it's Watson inside, in the middle of the ruck. if Mackie catches this pass, he's in under the post, and it wasn't a great ball and it didn't have to be caught, but they're the sort of things, if you can get away with those things in a test match, it can mean the difference at the end.
Schofield, straight to Offiah. That was a risky ball, but Offiah's got the pace. Good play by Martin Offiah there. He sensed Paul Newlove coming around. Ambitious play here by Great Britain. Clark. Now then, will Edwards put the high one on Watson? He does. The sun's in his eyes, but a good catch by Watson. Excellent catch. Knock on. No, play on, says referee Greg McCallum. Well, I thought that Gary Freeman had knocked on, but Mr. McCallum, he's nearer than me. So, a lead off for the Kiwis. Mr. McCallum just instructing Great Britain to get off the tackled man very quickly. Good play. A lot of good switching of the ball, John. Solomona. Been in good form this season with Oldham. And I think that Mr. McCallum will adjudge that that ball wasn't played. He's telling Solomona, you have to play the ball, you can't just throw it behind you. And the blood bin for Lee Jackson. Obviously a cut that the blood has to be stopped. David Fever, the Great Britain physio, just checking on it. And John Devereux, the scorer of the try. Edwards to feed. Good scrum. Schofield. Newlove, good ball to Schofield. That was a good move. Just couldn't get away. Just held by the collar there by Jason Mackie. But well-intentioned move. Great Britain attacking a lot down that left flank, John.
Yes, they are. They're probably trying to work a little bit to Martin Offiah and get the ball over that side, because they know if they can come up with a half break or give him a half chance, his speed will do the rest. And it's a good tactic, and they're trying to work play towards him.
Edwards, Schofield, looking for the dummy, gets it back to Jackson. Not had a lot of rugby this season, Lee Jackson. £83,000 signing by Sheffield Eagles. Good ball to Harrison. Oh, Carl Fairbank just couldn't take it. But that was good storming play by the Halifax prop Harrison. And Botica did well to come in there from the wing to help out the Kiwi forwards. Both sides half-backs, John, are going forward, aren't they? Bringing the defence onto them,
yeah,
creating a gap.
Both very creative players, and with the half-backs going forward, and both teams have very good attacking full-backs, Jonathan Davis and Dave Watson. They're players with given a half chance, they'll certainly run a try in, and they're both exciting runners of the football.
Good kick there by Freeman. Oh, well, it hits the corner flag, so touching goal. And Richard there.
John Keir, Great Britain assistant coach. John, they're finding some gaps, aren't they, the Kiwis?
They certainly are, yeah. That's one of our big areas of concern, is we're not wrapping them up. We're letting them release the ball too much. We've got to take sort of man and ball, and we've got to lock this ball into the tackle.
Great try by John Devereux, though.
Certainly was. It's something we've worked on in training, and we're hitting them a bit wider. But as long as we play in the right field position, once or twice we've tried to force the pass in our own 20-metre area, and that's no good. We've got to play it in their half.
You're happy throwing the ball about, though, as you have been?
Yes, I am. Yes, I think we're busting them. Just as we're concerned about our defence, I think they should be the same for theirs. We're certainly busting them.
Thanks, John.
Certainly an ambitious approach from this Great Britain side. Carl Fairbank and one or two good handlers in this Great Britain pack. Jackson to Edwards. That could go directed to touch. No, it doesn't. It's well picked up by Botica. And well held by Newlove. 6 British-based players in this Kiwi team, as opposed to the one at Wembley. Perhaps a little more experience, more steady, and there's one, Kevin Iro, and another, Dave Watson, and the third, Tony Kemp. So, good combination between them. Dwayne Mann, Mackey, oh, Edwards just can't get hold of the ball. Eluded him, Ivan Rapati, making his debut, one of three Rapati brothers, Joe and Tia, who plays with St Helens, all three played for New Zealand. Stewart. A lot of hard, heavy work going on around the fringes of the rucks here with the forwards. Freeman looks for the dummy, but again a good tackle. Freeman doesn't like it. And I think Paul Newlove will be penalised for a high tackle.
Yeah, he's been penalised over there twice, Newlove. He's gone high here again. He went higher a little earlier and got away with it, so he's come up with 3 tackles over there, 2 penalties, and the other one was high. So he's just got to get his defence down, and the referee's having a good talk to him here and brought the captain in to tell him, keep those tackles down.
And just asking Gary Schofield to have a word with him.
The other side of that, Ray, is if they're in their own half a little bit, giving Boddicker a chance to kick a goal. Botts doesn't miss.
Solomona getting through a lot of work here at first receiver. That's why the man's been brought in, and Kearney got that extra yard of pace, this man Kearney, and the number 12 Pongia as well with him. Gary Freeman looking to bring the forwards on, being well policed there by Nicol and Furbank. Stewart again, and these Kiwi forwards are making ground. 6 metres from this Great Britain line. Freeman perhaps taking the wrong option. Kearney again takes some pulling down. Good tackle there by Carl Furbank. Kemp, the high one. No. Davis was underneath it. Good kick by Kemp. He's certainly having an influence on this game, Tony Kemp.
Yeah, he's kicked the ball. That one did go a little too far though.
Oh, Martin Offiah. Martin Offiah tried to steal a march. Tremendous break by the Wigan Flyer, but really the wrong time, I think, to make the pass. Possibly should have held. It was the first tackle.
What an exciting player though. Martin gets in the clear here. Philip Clark has got a good catch here, and Gary Freeman just gets in between the 2 players. I thought the pass was okay when he let it go, but like you say, it was the first tackle.
Jason Mackey looking to come round the blind side, and Dwayne Mann did well to get out of the scrum there. Pongia. Quentin Pongia, number 12 for New Zealand. Stewart. Again, good passing there, and Dwayne Mann always hanging around, always in support, this powerful Auckland Warriors hooker. Kemp, good ball to Rapati. He's got Kevin Iro on his outside. Hoppy, but easily wrapped up by John Devereux. Good battle with those two. Freeman. A difficult kick for Davis to take. It's bouncing. No. Knock on, says Mr. McCallum. I think Gary Freeman just acknowledges it. Sean Edwards, Great Britain head and ball, but Mr. McCallum wanting that scrum settled. To Davis. Oh, that was a hard tackle there on Davis from loose forward Jason Mackey. He certainly let Davis know he was in a game. A lot of fire in this Kiwi pack, John.
Yeah, well, they've got to play it that way. They've got to play with plenty of enthusiasm, and you can't win the big games though if you play illegally and give away penalties. So I think they're aware of that fact, and everything they do has got to be calculated.
Schofield to Nicol. Great Britain trying to launch this man, Sonny Nicol, out wide. Very quick runner. And a penalty. Lying on, Brent Stewart at the play of the ball, stopping Sonny Nicholl from getting up to take the quick play of the ball.
Yeah, he's a powerful runner of the ball, Sonny Nicholl. He just gets rid of Kevin Iro, Stephen Kearney, and here we see the player over the top just holding down too long. It was on the last tackle as well, so it's a bad one.
Great Britain on the attack again then. Carl Harrison making good ground. Fairbank. Mr. McCallum, Australian referee, very keen as they are down under to get a quick play of the ball. Chris Joynt gets the ball away, but Carl Fairbank not expecting it. Silly mistake.
The Great Britain side are doing something here today that they didn't do at Wembley, and they're coming up with quite a few errors when they get in the opposition's half early in the tackle count. And at Wembley in the first test, they played out a lot of 6 tackles and didn't make very many mistakes. So I think that's why we see the scoreline 6-all.
1 or 2 hurried passes, John, on the 3rd and 4th tackle.
Yeah, they're just pushing things a little bit.
Offside. Ivor Rapati wanting to take that kick quickly. And Michael Jackson, the Wakefield Trinity second row, to come on. Again, another player who's not had much rugby this season, had 1 or 2 injuries. And he comes on for the hard-working Carl Fairbank. An injection of pace at any rate, John.
Yeah, they lose a little bit of power, but they pick up on mobility. Michael Jackson's a player that can run the ball. He's very good on his feet, and although he hasn't got the power of Carl Fairbank, he'll certainly add something in attack.
I saw Jackson pick up 2 very good tries coming on as substitutes against Wigan last week. Great Britain will be hoping for the same. Oh, good strong run again from Ivor Rapati. Very, very strong battle between these 4 centres. Kemp to Iro. Used to going down that wing there when in his Wigan days. 4 Challenge Cup final appearances with Wigan. Rapati having a good game. Just 10 minutes remaining in this first half here. Great Britain 6, New Zealand 6 to Kemp. Kemp. Oh, the combination between Deborah and Davis there. Not intended, I don't think. And Tony Kemp having something to say, but the line was saved. Gary Connolly. A 250,000 buy by Wigan this season. Oh, that's a risky pass, picked up well by Edwards to Newlove. 30 stones there between those 2 centres, Newlove and Iro. Jackson, good pass to a fire. Edwards, the dummy. Chris Joynt, but no way through. Again, good tackle by Fran Obotika. Schofield. Jackson looking for that break. Oh, he finds Schofield, but a good cover tackle by Stephen Kearney. I noticed, John, the Kiwis have got a sweeper coming across regularly now for this break on the outside.
Well, the way teams play this sliding defence where they do compress their defensive line, you must have those people inside, as Stephen Kearney showed them, where you've got to work hard from the inside, and you've just got to push hard across from the inside in all defensive plays.
And Richard down there on the bench.
On the Great Britain bench today with Carl Fairbank, who's just come off. Carl, the Kiwis are making an awful lot of ground when they've got the ball, aren't they, this time?
Yeah, they're swinging the ball about and looking pretty dangerous. You know, we're finding it tough to contain them because, you know, they're throwing the ball about, keeping it alive. But, you know, if we keep going, it's a 6-piece, you know, a lot can happen yet.
Do you think the changes in the players they've made have made a difference?
Well, you've got to say so because they're playing better football. But, you know, it's still 6 apiece, you know, everything to play for.
Thanks, Carl.
Kearney again proving very difficult to put down. 6'1", 16 stone, that Kiwi number 11. Kemp. Really peppering Jonathan Davis, well taken. Not the biggest of fullbacks, but clever. Ooh, to get the pass out. Sonny Nicol doing the right job. Just holding the ball. He knows his team are well out of position. Just playing for time until everyone's back. Now they are. Devereux. One of the advantages of having a wing as big as Devereux, he can do a forward's job in defence. Jackson. Not the biggest of players, but certainly one of the fastest of forwards in the game. Schofield. Watson again, positioning himself well. Looking for the gap, but finds Sonny Nicol. And number 17 there, Jackson gets the ball away, and Nicol in again. There's a little bit of a punch up here between Freeman and Nicol. Certainly Gary Freeman, he might be small, but he'll not take anything off anyone.
Great strength from Watson here as he gets that ball around the back to Freeman, but Sonny Nicol just jags him, and then he whips one over the top, which could have been a high tackle, and then he pushes his elbows down, and Gary Freeman, being a fiery little customer, didn't like it at all. And
I've no doubt that Mr. McCallum will have a word again concerning this incident on Gary Freeman. He does, and have another word with Schofield. Nicol, he's got to calm himself down, John, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's a player that does give away a few penalties, and they're not playing with the same discipline, the Great Britain side, as they displayed in the first test.
Solomona. The Kiwis looking dangerous here now. Stewart driving at the heart of this Great Britain defence. Here at first and second receiver, Kearney now. And he loses the ball. Referee Tony Kemp trying to gain a penalty, trying to say that the ball was stolen, but there is only one referee, and that is Mr. McCallum. Edwards to Schofield. Just 5 minutes remaining here in this first half. The try from Watson, the conversion from Botica, to the try from Devereux, and the Davies conversion. Great Britain 6, New Zealand 6. And for the last 10 or 15 minutes, the Kiwi forwards thrown a blanket over this Great Britain side in midfield. That opening attacking spell suddenly missing. To Davis. Watson picking up these kicks quite easily. Hoppy, well looked after, good chasing there by number 13 for Great Britain, Phil Clark. Followed the kick, down the field, Mackie. Dwayne Mann gaining valuable ground. The Kiwis last won a series here in Britain back in 1971, battling here to level this series. That's a good pass. Superb forward play between Solomona and that man there, Brent Stewart. Good short slip pass. Botica knocked down, another 6 tackles. The Kiwis mounting the attacks, John.
Yeah, this is what they couldn't do in the first test. Solomona's got to go forward, and he's just advanced the ball. And if you get the big guys in the middle of the park can do that, well, you're in business. And they've put a lot of pressure on the Great Britain side. Brent Stewart is following Solomona up on the rucks, and they are picking up yardage today, and that's a good sign for the outside backs and the half-backs.
And Dave Watson, the try scorer from Waitara in New Zealand, currently at Bradford Northern. And still the Kiwi pressure on the line. A try now just before half-time would be invaluable. being well policed by Jonathan Davis. Oh, and a good tackle. Jason Mackey sent back there. Another good tackle by Davis. Kemp to Rapati. Watson finds Iro. Can't get the ball away. Picked up by Fire. A lot of mistakes in this match. Makes for an interesting game. But New Zealand should have made better of that. Clark gets the ball to Fire. He's got the full speed. He's got Watson to beat. Can he go round him? Oh, superb tackle by Watson. That was full-back play at its finest. He cut a Fire down on the touchline. Put him down. Oh, Deborah! He's going for the line. Will he make it? I think he will. Yes, he does. Sean Deborah picks up the try at the corner. And what a mistake by New Zealand, but what play by that window swing. He was on target there, and from one end of the field to the other, the two wingmen did the damage. I thought all was lost when Watson picked Martin Offiah off, but all credit to Deborah. He was on hand for his 6th try.
Yeah, David Watson here goes for a long pass. He sees there's plenty of space out wide and tries to get the ball to Rapati. Devereux with his eye on the ball and not a lot to do like the first try. He just ran the try in, and it's just a chance that you shouldn't take in your own 22. Here's Watson with his very, very long cutout ball.
Devereux again, the sheer power and then the pace when necessary. Rapati burning down, but the strength to get over that line. So Jonathan Davis then now looking to increase the lead just before half-time, and just when we were saying that Great Britain were having problems, when they were under pressure, the pace, the power of the wings bring them back into the lead. Davis. Oh, it looks good. It is good. It's a superb kick from Jonathan Davis. 12 points to 6 for Great Britain. That puts the smiles on this big crowd's face. And just a minute remaining. The ideal time to take the lead.
Just from the coaching point of view, Ray, that's a critical time, and this is the run that set the whole thing up. Martin Offiah down the sideline with a little bit of space, and took the full back on the outside. Watson did very well to get across and pick him up, but here we see Watson sees space on the other side, throws a long speculator to try and put somebody in the clear, and Great Britain score the try in the corner.
Yes, certainly Dave Watson from hero to villain in the space of a matter of seconds. And I think Great Britain will just want to hold on to this ball now. They'll be settling for the half-time hooter. There is the half-time hooter, right on cue. Great Britain will be very, very happy with that, as are those spectators. 2 superb tries from John Devereux in the 11th and 38th minutes. Great Britain well satisfied with that, John.
Yeah, I think that's a dream way to finish a half. If you can get over in the last couple of minutes, it sends the boys into the sheds with a good feeling, and I suppose on the other side it sends the Kiwis in with a real gut feeling and determination. You know, the fact that they've let the side in the last minute of the game.
The Kiwis returning after what must have been a long 10 minutes there in the dressing rooms. The future of this John Smith's Test series hinging on this match, and Gary Schofield with Great Britain in the lead by 12 points to 6, certainly not wanting to relax and let these men from New Zealand back into the match. The 2 try scorer there, John Devereux, his power and his anticipation responsible for putting Great Britain into the lead. Good performance from Great Britain, John, in that opening 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was. They were prepared to throw the ball around, take a few chances, and Jason Robinson scored 2 tries in the first test, John Devereux 2 tries in the second test, and it's a good performance from the wingers, and it means that the sides are prepared to give the ball a little bit of air, take a few chances, and we'll see some tries in the second half, I'm sure.
In fact, all 5 tries to date in this series from the wings, and a confident Mal Reilly. I don't think I've seen the man more at ease this week as he was in training, actually smiling and laughing, quite confident. Possibly come across to the side, but we'll know in the next 40 minutes. Solomona. Kiwis needing a big game now from this Western Samoan prop forward. Botica not had any real running chances on the wing, and just the one shot at goal. Kearney, one of the Kiwi forwards who has really troubled Great Britain in the middle. Strong runner. Kemp. Oh, well taken by Davis. Well picked up by Tony Iro. O'Fire. Good pass back to Davis. Can't get away. The Kiwis coming up very, very quickly. Very close, packed, tight defence. Jackson. That's a good ball to Newland. He's got pace and power, this man.
He surprised Kevin Iro then. He blew Kevin off for a bit of pace. Kevin was taking it easy, and Paul Newlove just put the foot down and away he went. It was a great run.
He's certainly much quicker than people expect. Schofield looking for a drop. No. But well caught in the in-goal area by Dave Watson, and that means a tap on the 20-metre line. Worth the effort though by Schofield, looking to just add a point to that lead, and thereby make the Kiwis have to score twice. Good tackling stint needed now from these Great Britain forwards. Sonny Nicol. Ben Stewart. Solomona. New Zealand coming forward with these packmen. And a good chase there by Tony Kemp. Puts pressure on Davis, but a beautiful run by Davis. Oh, superb play. He's got the pace. He's got the football. Jonathan Davis. Wonderful run out of defence there. And he gets a penalty. Dwayne Mann holding Davis down. And Davis, one run, one kick, John, and the New Zealanders are back to within, 25 metres of the line.
Yeah, that's the brilliance of Jonathan Davis. He just kicks out of 2 tackles there. Great step off the left foot. They've taken the penalty quick. The run amounted to about 80 yards of space with the penalty tacked on, and now they're in a great attacking position.
Under pressure on the Kiwis. Carl Harrison. Brent Stewart. And another little set 2 there with Nicol and Freeman. Edwards. Schofield. Good ball to O'Fire. O'Fire's going for the corner. Devereux held back. And his referee, Mr. McCallum, is giving a try. He's giving a try to Devereux. Obstruction try. So I make that a genuine hat-trick of tries for John Devereux. He was held back. The ball was ripped out of his hand, and certainly Gary Schofield was in there. A lot of problems.
I think what we'll see here, Ray, is a great piece of refereeing. A referee prepared to play the advantage rule. There was a bit of interference, and here we see the ball. Schofield does a little loop around here, picks the ball up, heads for the corner. A long pass. Now there's a little bit of interference in here after the ball has been passed, and Devereux taken out of the play there and tackled before and Gary Schofield's awarded the try in the corner. But if you watch for Devereux here, he gets tackled before he catches the ball. Schofield's on hand to pick the ball up, and the try's awarded.
Yep, I stand corrected. As he said, he will award the try to Gary Schofield, although Devereux was obstructed, wasn't he?
Well, Devereux could have scored the try and should have scored the try, but he was taken out illegally, and a lot of referees would jump on the whistle a little bit quickly there and give Great Britain a penalty for the illegal play. McCallum kept his cool and played advantage and awarded the try to Schofield.
Well, certainly I think that will be a talking point 12,000 miles away in New Zealand as much as here. Not the goal, not the conversion from Jonathan Davis, but Devereux, perhaps if not awarded the try, certainly having a hand in it by way of the obstruction. And here we see it, John, don't we?
Yeah, it's a bad pass. Schofield lets it go. Edwards picks it up. He picks Schofield up on the loop. And here we see Martin Offier in a little bit of space. He looks for Devereux down the inside. Devereux's taken out of the play there. And it's a try to Schofield, playing the advantage rule.
Great Britain then looking rampant, looking strong, and really coming down this middle with the forwards now. 16 points to 6. New Zealand really need to get back very, very quickly into this game now. Number 17, Gary Mercer, one of the British pace players from Leeds. Interesting, John, that both coaches have thrown on the field a very fast forward.
Yeah, well, you've got to have the speed, and you've got to have mobility in the pack. Every pack needs a lot of big men up front that can do the hard work, but you just need that speed and players that can pick up and tackle backs.
To Watson. Good strong run by Dave Watson, not a very big player, but powerful. Kevin Iro, being well looked after here this afternoon by Paul Newlove, mainly. Freeman. Offside against Great Britain. Great Britain a little too eager. Sean Edwards, there was some argument in midweek. Howie Tamati, the Kiwi coach, said that Edwards was always offside. Well, Mr. McCallum picking him up there.
Yeah, again we saw a bit of good refereeing too. The referee let the Kiwis play on until he saw that there was no advantage gained, and then he gave them the penalty.
Very nervous time there for Howie Tamati. He's seen better days here when he was a Wigan player 10 seasons ago, but plenty of time yet in this test match. New Zealand trailing by 18 points to 7 against Wigan on this pitch some weeks ago and came back. Can they do it this afternoon? On the attack now, Kevin Iro. He's a big man, you have to tackle him to put him down. You've really got to get into him. The Kiwis hitting back. Good ball to Kemp, but that's a good tackle from Connolly. Mercer trying to get the half break, Gary Mercer. Leeds second row. Freeman again to Hoppy. Hoppy trying to do a Devereux, the fifth tackle. To Freeman. Can't get through. Into touch. Great Britain have really looked after Gary Freeman all afternoon. Connolly. Carl Harrison. New Zealand yet to win a test match here on this Central Park ground. Lost 3, drawn 2. And losing this. Well picked up by Schofield. But referee Mr. McCallum blowing the whistle. I think the touch judge just gave him the signal from the touchline. And Kearney being warned again for pushing the man down into the floor. And really, a lot of silly penalties coming from the Kiwis now, John.
Yeah, they're certainly not playing as professionally as the Great Britain side. One of the big improvements in the English game over the last few years has been the fact that they do play with a lot of discipline now, and that's the way. You don't give away penalties in big games.
Well, a lot of penalties, Mr. McCallum, right on the spot. Jason Williams, one wingman for another. Sean Hoppy going off the field. But Great Britain got a roll on now, playing this ball very, very quickly. Connolly. Dummies with the kick. Good tackle by Dwayne Mann and Brent Stewart there. Put the pressure on New Zealand now, relentless. Schofield bringing them on. Joint. Jonathan Davis moving up into the line to Schofield. Attempted drop. Oh, and it's a good one. Gary Schofield, 30 metres out. Well worth the effort. His 7th drop goal in a Great Britain jersey. 50 minutes gone. 17-6 for Great Britain.
Yeah, he's got good depth on the play of the ball there. Schofield is a long way back. There is a player in there chasing to put a little bit of pressure on him, so he snaps one from 30 yards out, and it's a good kick.
And I think Jonathan Davis went as a dummy, John, to the right-hand side. One or two tried to pick him up.
Yeah, they're just a well-drilled side, and they know what they're doing, and they've come away with the point.
So Gary Schofield, Great Britain captain, can afford to smile there in our caption. And Sean Hoppy there, obviously gone over there on his left ankle, just having a nice pack strapped to it. Devereux, good run by Devereux, gets a good pass to Davis, but that's a good cover tackle by Gary Mercer. Did well to come out of the scrum there, the New Zealand substitute. But Great Britain playing an expansive game here now, confident in their handling. Connolly. This Great Britain three-quarter line looking very dangerous, John.
Very dangerous, and exactly what you said earlier about the forwards having the speed. We saw there Gary Mercer got out of the scrum and came across and picked up Jonathan Davis, a back that's got electrifying pace. So they certainly have that. You've got to have a couple of quick guys in the pack.
And you certainly have to have one or two big guys like this man, Carl Harrison, for the donkey work. Jackson. Good little kick and chase by Jackson, but a good clamp. Notice how Gary Freeman there clamping the ball so that Lee Jackson couldn't get that ball away. Good play from the hooker. Schofield to Michael Jackson, the former Wakefield Trinity, now Halifax forward. And the handover. Great Britain so confident in their running. Play on, says Mr. McCallum. Quentin Pongia, not seen too much of this second row, number 12 for Kiwis. Mercer, been in the thick of things, this Leeds second row since his arrival on the field. And a penalty again. Well, I think these players should realise by now that Mr. McCallum referees in the Sydney League and they don't allow lying on it to play the ball, John.
Yeah, well, it's a judgment call. It's a thing that players have got to be aware of, and they like to hold players down and slow the game down when you're on defence, and it's a tactic that all teams use. The thing is to know when to get off, and those three Great Britain players there haven't made any effort to get off.
Solomona. Well, really still sending instructions down by that walkie-talkie. And again another penalty. So New Zealand edge nearer now then. Freeman, the choice. Does he kick for touch or does he give Frano Botica the kick at goal? I think he'll give Botica the kick at goal.
Yeah, it's another holding down penalty here. We see Lee Jackson and Sonny Nicola just making a mess of it and just generally slowing things down at the play of the ball.
And as Malreilly feared, in discipline, allowing this man Botica to have a shot, but only had one attempt so far. Raced to 1,000 points in just 93 matches last season, the fastest ever in the game. Prolific point scorer. Botica strikes it, but no goal. So the unusual sight here of seeing this ex-All Black miss a goal at Central Park. 55 minutes gone, Great Britain still well in control, 17-6. Unusual sight.
Certainly is. He just hooked that one a little bit to the left, and New Zealand have the ball back, and they'll be back into the Great Britain half, and they'll put on another attacking play.
Kearney, Dwayne Mann spotted the gap on the blind side there. Good run by Mann, good tackle by Shaun Edwards. New Zealand fighting back, Stewart, and they need to do. These forwards now need to give 110%. Kemp, good ball to Watson. But a good tackle by and Shaun Edwards just holding him down. Mercer. The fifth tackle, Freeman electing to run. Kemp, has he tied himself up? He has. He had to pass there. Lee Jackson again. Gary Freeman now beginning to assert himself in this tackle. Phil Clark. Kearney, number 11, good tackle again. The interesting time in this match, Great Britain battling to get well on top. New Zealand know they just cannot afford any more points against them. Carl Harrison. Davis takes his time, picks his spots. As does Watson, straight underneath it. And a good chase there by Jackson, Lee and Michael, and John Lomax, the Kiwi prop, warming up. Pongia. Oh, Lee Jackson coming back in a silly pass. Jackson just strolling about in no man's land, quite eager to pick up that ball. Edwards to Nicol.
I think it's about time I'd be starting to look at these front rowers, Ray, and just have a look at guys like Solomona, and I'd be thinking about getting John Lomax into the game and just try to change things around a little bit.
Well, it looks as if both coaches are trying to change things around. Rich Years, we're bringing all the pace on. Connolly. Oh, he didn't see Jonathan Davis outside in. And
that's a penalty there for obstruction. Connolly just jumped back around behind one of his teammates and tried to cut back infield, and the referee ruled that there was a tackler in the area, and he couldn't make the tackle on him. Here's Connolly here, just kicks back inside. There's Gary Schofield, and Schofield got in the way of Stephen Kearney.
And a round of applause from this very generous crowd for Sonny Nichol's performances. Good hard stint there from the St Helens second row. And Richie Ayres on the field. And John Lomax, as John Money suggested, coming on for say Solomona. So the coach is throwing all 17 men in now. Pongia. And of course it is a 17-man game. Under international laws you can use all 4 of the subs. But once the man has been substituted, you cannot come back on the field. The Kiwis now putting the pressure on. The dummy from Kemp. Good ball to Mann. Knocked on by Watson, but picked up by Edwards. The Kiwis, of course, having to play catch-up football, having to take a few risky passes. Jackson.
I do feel, Ray, they're just pushing things a little bit too much, though, the Kiwis. There's still 20, 22, 23 minutes, and you know, I wouldn't be pushing things this much. I'd be still trying to play the game down their end and working away for the try. One more try and they're back in it.
Richie Ayres. Harrison. Great Britain moving out of trouble, just the simple, steady way, using the forwards. Now the kick. And a good kick from Davis. Sends Botica right back to that line, tackled by his teammate, Shaun Edwards, ably assisted by Michael Jackson. Good run, Jason Williams. Looked lively on this tour, Jason Williams, the substitute from Canterbury Bankstown in Australia. Kevin Iro shrugs off a couple of tacklers, gets the ball away, it's time to Botica. Shrugs off one man, he's got Gary Freeman, but Freeman's on his own. No support there, David. And Shaun Edwards especially coming across there, but New Zealand now looking better. John Lomax. Lost ball again. And once again, John, the Kiwis having to put one pass too many in.
Yeah, they just push things a little there. 104 tackles to Great Britain, 107. There's nothing in the tackling department. Both teams have done plenty of defence.
Schofield, good break by Schofield. Tremendous run by the skipper, he's looking for support. The dummy, he couldn't get it to Connolly, he does now. To Phil Clark, loose forward, good support play. That's a superb run from Clark. Devereux, not gone, but I think it'll be a penalty to Great Britain for offside, not marking correctly. So, penalty to Great Britain. Tony Kemp strolling back a little too easily. And Jonathan Davis to have a shot at goal.
Yeah, he just doubled his penalties up there, Tony Kemp. He missed Gary Schofield down the other end of the field, and then he gives away the penalty up in a goal-kicking position. So instead of making the one error, he's come up and made two errors.
And Greg McCallum and Jonathan Davis just having a joke together. John Keir, the assistant coach and head of director of coaching for the Rugby Football League, no doubt having a tactical word with Davis to pass on to his teammates as we approach this final quarter. Been in superb form since his signing by Warrington from Widnes this season, revitalised him. On the 10-metre line. Not quite got the angle, just to the right of the post. Scoreline then remains the same, 17-6 to Great Britain. The Kiwis, 17 minutes remaining now to haul themselves back into this Test series. Great Britain looking to clinch this John Smith Test series 2-0. Jackson. Newlove. Great Britain had the ability to use big men like Paul Newlove and John Devereux at first receiver, even though in the backs. And Richard down there on the pitch.
With Peter Boyle on the New Zealand bench. Peter, is this looking like a series lost to you now?
Well, we've got 20 minutes to make it right. We're only two tries away. I mean, we've got to stay positive. Okay, we've just got to get a bit of luck, a bit of ball bouncing for us, and a lot of go forward, I guess.
mistakes again, Peter, this time both sides.
Yeah, there's been a lot of mistakes in this game, but, well, we've actually cut our areas down a bit today, but it just hasn't happened for us.
Thank you, Peter.
Gary Mercer certainly made his presence felt since his arrival. One or two good runs, and there once again, John, we see New Zealand's problem, the handling errors. 7 to Great Britain's 3.
Yeah, they've just pushed things a little bit too much. I thought they hit the panic button a little bit early. I would have been prepared to hang in there a little longer, but I guess if you never take any chances, you don't score the tries.
And New Zealand now have got to take the chances. Freeman, that's a good kick. Davis is under it, he takes it excellently, but a good tackle. Good tackle there by John Lomax, and Davis will certainly have felt that tackle. O'Fire can't get away from Brent Stewart.
Yeah, eyes on the ball, turned his body a little bit sideways, a perfect example of how a fullback should run in and take a high ball.
Harrison. And Darryl Powell, Sheffield Eagles warming up. Great Britain then hoping to use all of their substitutes, I think. Davis sends Jason Williams backpedaling. Oh, a good kick. 50 metres there made by Jonathan Davis. A very powerful kick for a man so small. Timing of the boot to the ball. And Darryl Powell coming on. Not quite been given permission yet by referee McCallum. Coming on for the big prop, Carl Harrison. Well, that's both Great Britain props, Carl Harrison and Carl Furbank, off the field now. They've done the hard work. Great Britain, Boss Mal really considers the hard job's over. Possibly looking now just for one more try to clinch this test match. He's got the fast men on. Richie Ayres, Darryl Powell, Nicol, Joint, Phil Clark, Jackson, pace there in the middle. Stewart, Gary Mercer. New Zealand not finding any way through down the middle, John, are they?
No, there hasn't been a lot of space there, and they're not having much joy when they try to move the ball wide as well. So the Great Britain defensive pattern is certainly working very well, and it's well drilled, and they're holding their line.
And New Zealand realising that possession is vital, running it. That's a good move. Throwing it away again, picked up by Great Britain. New Zealand desperate there, losing possession again. Great Britain's Gary Connolly gratefully accepting. Edwards to Schofield. Had a good game, Gary Schofield. Darryl Powell, oh, Paul Newlop, he's racing away down the corner. He gets into a fire. The fire must be into the corner. It's Sir Martin, a fire try. Good support play. Tremendous effort there, first of all from Gary Schofield. The power of Paul Newlop, and surely that Martin a fire try, the clincher at the end there for this Test series. His 25th.
Yeah, there was a missed tackle there, and Schofield got to the outside. Good overlap play, drew the man, put Newlove in the space. Newlove pins his ears back, goes hard. Botica picked Newlove up on the inside, which left Martin on fire with about 8 yards to the sideline, 10 yards to the try line, and Martin won the foot race.
And it was the power of that break there by Paul Newlove, John Woody. But again, a fire here on the outside. Watson's coming across. He looks to have him, but not this time. That step, that extra yard.
Yeah, here we see a player come up out of the line too quickly and miss a tackle there. Schofield gets the outside. Let's draw the player here, put Newlove into the space. He's gone down the sideline, and coming up's a fullback's worst nightmare. Martin O'Fire with 10 yards to go. How do you stop him?
You don't, do you? You don't. But he's made a difficult kick for Davis. A couple of metres in on that touchline. But capable of kicking like this. Oh yes! Did I say capable? More than capable. Magnificent conversion there from Jonathan Davis. Everything going right for Great Britain and the home fans. 11 minutes remaining, 23-6 here at Central Park.
Yeah, Paul Newlove here. Boddicker's got to come in to try and pick him up, which leaves Dave Watson with Martin off here. There's 10 yards to go, and speed does the rest. He loves scoring tries.
And John Devereux, he powered straight away. It's a chase. Freeman gets the ball to Jackson. Superb run by Chris Joyce. Back to Jackson again. Oh, the flick inside, but still Great Britain's on the way. Darryl Powell to Newlove. He's got a fire outside him, but Newlove will score. He does. Oh, magnificent play from Paul Newlove. An absolute rout of the Kiwis now. And the power on these wings for Great Britain. Devereux simply smashed his way through the cover. And the sheer strength and size there of Paul Newlove. No need to use Martin O'Fire. What pace he has for a 15-stone-plus lad. No wonder he's worth £245,000 on the open transfer market. He'll be in this Great Britain team, I think, for many years to come.
The Kiwis could have stopped things right over there where the player dropped the ball, and everybody had pushed to the centre of the field to try and cut that play off. And as I said earlier, Newlove's got great speed for a big man.
It was really tremendous support play here. The pass seemed to go astray, but Phil Clark was there, Powell was on hand, and a well-intentioned ball, and just the sheer power there and the pace. He knew what he was doing, didn't he? And a kick for Davis again, similar position to the previous one. So Great Britain going 2-0 up in this 3-match test series, and Davis looks another good one. It is. Oh yes. Well, they said all week that Frano Botica would probably punish Great Britain here on his Central Park pitch, but this little man from Warrington has stolen the goal-kicking show. Admittedly, he's had the chances. 29-6 now for Great Britain.
Yeah, it was a comedy of errors here. The Kiwis could have stopped the play right there, but they couldn't handle the ball. Everybody had pushed to the centre of the park. Good vision there from Scoville with a nice long pass. Then it's a foot race. Boddicka and Kevin Iro trying to pick him up. They force him into the corner, but to no avail as Jonathan Davis kicked a great touchline goal kick.
And Mr. McCallum just stopping play as Gary Connolly comes off. Done a good, solid, hard job, and Alan Tate, a regular graver. The crowd roaring as Devereux goes in again. He's almost like a battering ram, this man on the wing, and he's held down again by Brent Stewart. And suddenly I don't think New Zealand know what's hit them. Great Britain, absolutely magnificent play here in this second half. They'll certainly be looking for a 3-0 whitewash in this series at Headingley next week. Richie Ayres. Chris Joyce. To Powell. The Great Britain coach Mal really got a lot of good footballers on the field now. He's brought Richie Ayres, he's brought Tate and Powell on. Jackson, all men with pace and football. Here's Michael Jackson. Simply running New Zealand ragged now. Edwards. The high kick. Watson's underneath it. Well taken. Again taken in the in-goal area. Freeman. Looked to forward pass. Well taken by Ivor Rapati there. He's got the wingman outside him. Prefers to take Edwards on. Good cover tackle by Tate. Used to coming from behind, normally a full-back with Leeds. Fatu Taiwa, Kiwi centre, substitute. Can the Kiwis grab a little consolation? Stewart. They've shown so much promise in many of the club matches. Very rarely has a Kiwi side been over to these shores and beaten Wigan, St Helens and Leeds. In fact, we go back way to 1951 since they did that. But in the final analysis, John, it's test matches that count, isn't it?
Yeah, the test matches are what it's all about. They haven't had a lot of trouble with the club sides, and they've played very well. But at test match level, they've just been too good and too professional.
Great difference there in the possession, 57%, much better handling by Great Britain, and here's Martin Offiah. He's going to take Watson on. It's a race now between Offiah and Iro. He's heard it into touch. Martin Offiah, well handled there by Kevin Iro. Offiah, of course, looking to have Dave Watson on his left-hand side on the inside all the time. Mindful of that, couldn't get away and put his head back.
This surprises me. Martin Offiah, Kevin Iro, it's a foot race. Martin's carrying the football and Kevin manhandles him, throws him over the sideline into the fence.
John Devereux awarded the man of the match for his 2-try performance. Good tackling as well. Richard Duckingfield down there.
Yes, around the Great Britain bench, where you could say that they are ecstatic. One of the people, Carl Harris. And Carl, this is a very satisfactory outcome, isn't it?
That's right. We struggled in the first half. The Kiwis threw everything at us, but in the second half the boys have come to their own, and it's been a marvellous exhibition of rugby.
You're playing again tomorrow at Hull Kingston Rovers. You don't mind that, do you?
Not really, no. So my club coach is also Malcolm Reilly, and there's no way I'm coaching Malcolm about, and I'll be there tomorrow at Hull Kingston.
60 odd minutes today and fresh legs tomorrow.
That's right.
Thanks, Kiwis trying to hit back. Kevin Iro to Botica. Still keeping that ball away. Pongia, good pass there to Ben Stewart. This is good rugby. Stewart going himself, tries the kick. And who's there? Can do no wrong. Man of the match, John Devereux.
This is why you're the man of the match. Nothing can, when you're hot, you're hot. And the ball's kicked here. Devereux's on the ground. He looks around. Where's the football? Stays with him.
Certainly does. Chris Joint. Good strong run by the second row. I'm sure Great Britain looking for another try, moving this ball all around, running the Kiwis. Davis, good ball to Devereux again, just the slip. Just 2 minutes remaining. Great Britain comfortably in the lead, 29 points to 6. Dave Watson. One or two of the Kiwi forwards beginning to walk now, tired. People here like Jason Williams having to do the work. Freeman moving it around. Pongia. Kearney had a good first half, faded a little this second half. Looks to have taken a knock. Lomax, good ball to Gary Mercer, but Mercer well held. The fifth tackle, Great Britain's defence in midfield, been very good. Good kick by Kemp. Play on, says Mr. McCallum.
Chris Joyce played very well. I think he's been one of the real heroes of the Great Britain side. He's been very strong and solid in defence, and he's always been a chance when he's taken the ball up. He's got a good step and a good pair of hands, and very, very good speed for a big man.
Gary Schofield handling error there. He was trying to get play away very, very quickly. Kemp. The Castleford standoff. Freeman trying to bring Mercer into play. Brings Pongia. But still Great Britain tackling strongly, not wanting any more tries. Lomax to Freeman. This is better now. They've got Rapati outside the Botica. Rapati again, trying to make the overlap, but Edwards, good cover, takes him out, comes back. Mr. McCallum watching those two little tigers there, Freeman and Edwards. Kearney, he's deserved a try. No, Rapati's got it. Good try there for Ivor Rapati on his debut, made by Stephen Kearney. The probe, the overhead pass. No more than that centres deserved. Good, strong, hard-working game. His first try in his first test.
As I was saying, I thought Chris Joyce was one of the better Great Britain forwards. I think Stephen Kearney's been one of the outstanding players on the tour, and sets this try up, ball over the top to Rapati. He's got great speed and he gets in there beside the post. Good try.
Yeah, good drive. He's had a good game, this man, Kearney. Beats the man, and his height allows him to put the ball over for the try and the goal. The goal from Frano Botica. So 29 points to 12 now for Great Britain. And there is the hooter, it's all over. Great Britain take a 2-0 lead and capture the John Smith's Test Series.